All right, so we're back. We're back for season 3 of the Nemesis Racing League. We're round 7, in Budapest. I hope everyone had a good break, Christmas, New Year's, however you could spend it. Hopefully you're able to spend it with family and friends. If not, I hope you all are able to stay nice and safe as well. It's been a couple of weeks since the last race, so I think everyone's pretty excited to get back into it. Let's do a quick little recap of a couple of weeks ago. So last race was in Austria. A bit of an interesting race. Dommy Lee took out the win last week. Last round, sorry, not last week. So had a great win there. He had a bit of a battle there with Kachau in the end, I think it was. So it was sort of like a wet, dry race. Pretty exciting, but it was a good win by Dommy Lee. A little bit of discussion afterwards, a couple of incidents, but it was all cleared up and we're ready to go. So looking at the Drivers' Championship, we're looking at championship leader still Stein, the Dutchman, in the AlphaTauri. He's out on in the lead on 90 points. Hounsey is in the in P2 on 82. Dommy Lee's moved up into third position, so he's on 66. Cornet is in fourth on 50 points. Kachau in the Williams and Market Kenya both on 41, so in P6 and 7. And then Exotic in the Williams, Toss the Caber, and Stuart Little round out the top 10. So that's giving you a bit of a look at the Drivers' Championship. Let's have a quick look at the Constructors. So on top it's AlphaTauri on 119 points, Red Bull on 92 points, Ferrari on 84 in third position, Williams in fourth on 79, Mercedes in fifth position on 72. Who else do we have? McLaren in sixth, Renault in seventh, AlphaTauri in eighth, Racing Point in ninth, and Haas making up the top 10. So that has a little bit of gives us a little bit of a snapshot of what's happening. Let's get all this set up, and then we'll get into it. So if you haven't joined us before, we do a full qualifying session here in the Nemesis Racing League. We're in Budapest. So Budapest, a 14-turn circuit, 4.38 kilometers. I'm just going to read out the race sort of overview that the great man Toss the Caber gave, because I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good race briefing. What did he say? It was one of only 3 tracks to host a race in all 3 seasons of the NRL. So this was along with Spa and the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. What else did he have on there? It's known for its high speed yet technical turns. Yes, it is. Not known for its overtaking, but is a tight, twisty technical circuit. I think it's turn 4 is the turn coined as the curve of death. So we'll see if we get any action there. Turn 5 has seen a lot of action in NRL, like Dommy Lee's overtake on Van Rocco and Mr. Woot's flip. So Mr. Woot is joining us today, so hopefully he doesn't flip again. I don't think that would be nice for him. Last season's Hungarian GP was won by Honesy, as Delta Lima sets the fastest lap there so far, over 1:15.3. And Kachau and Ben Smith. So Tiny Darth Spike, I believe, is racing today. This is a bit of a favourite for him. Yeah, so we're looking at probably projected pole times around the 1:13s. As we see, Toss the Caber has already set a 1:14.7. So we'll see if we can get into the 113s today, but so far it's we're in the 114. So who are we on board with? We're on board with Marco Kenya. Marco Kenya, very unusual for him to come out this early in qualifying. The last two races, he's left it to the last second. So to come out in Q1, so it's a 114.9. T. Darson, I've not seen T. Darson before, so he's in the McLaren. Looks like Cornet is not racing again today. Callie Robb, a newcomer, 14.6, goes fastest. All right, let me just see if I can get up to date with everyone. Here's Honesy. I know how to pronounce it right. I heard people talk. I saw Honesy talking, so I feel like I can pronounce his name properly now instead of Hounsey. Australia. But how's Juan? Juan's back, so he's missed a couple of races, I think. Good to see Juan back. He sets a 135.3, so that's going to be a little bit. You'll probably want to go again on that one. What about Ted Wardo? Ted Wardo had a good race last race in Austria. Where did he finish last race? He finished up there. Let me just pull up my my abundance of spreadsheets. Where did he finish? He was up there. Finished 9th. Oh no, he didn't. He finished 5th. He qualified 9th. Finished 5th. So he's in a bit of good form at the moment. And he goes P6. So good work, Ted Watto, to get in there. Who else do we have coming through? We've got a Ferrari coming through. Is that Honesy? He is in the Pump on Purpose. I believe it was Pump on Purpose's birthday as well this week. So happy birthday to Pump on Purpose. Another trip around the sun. So Honesy. So Honesy is P2 in the championship at the moment. Stein is racing today, so that's good. So and Dommy Lee. So the top 3 championship leaders are racing. Whoops. How is Honesy going? So we've got a few times there already being set. 114.6 set by the newcomer Callie Robb. I think he's taking over Van Rocco. So I think Van Rocco has left the league. You can follow him though. He's in the Switchback Racing League. He did a good. He does good like race previews and stuff. He did the old speak to your camera in the car job. I thought it was good. So Honesy sets the fastest time. 114.3. The Dutchman is on the board and looking good. What about Pump on Purpose, the birthday boy? I think this guy's an Indianapolis Colts fan playing right now against Buffalo. I think it was 11-17 or 10-17 midway through the third quarter. So I wanted to try and keep an eye on that, but my computer's not working with me at the moment. So we'll just stick with Pump on Purpose. Dommy Lee, race winner from last round. P7, 115.1. All right. What about Exotic? Exotic took home driver of the day. Driver of the day for round 6 in Austria. So he had he started in P14 and then finished P4 in Austria. So he had a good race last round. Had a bit of a good battle with Dommy Lee as well in the wet going into turn 1. That was sort of discussed after the race, but all was cleared at the end. So we're all good to go. How's Tiny Darspike going? He's starting his outlap, so he is Budapest is a favourite of his. So he's yet to set a time though. He's on his outlap. We will wait for him to keep on going. In the meantime, we'll ride along with Exotic. So the 2 Williams boys, they're yet to post a time. We'll see how they go. So Exotic's just coming around the final turn, turn 14, the long right-hander, and he goes P11, so 115.2. So he's on the board. Will Ans had a good qualifying last round. Got into Q3 for the first time. So we'll see how he can go today. He's actually he's gotten a lot better. So he's improved steadily week in. So we'll see if he can make another visit to Q3 this week. So we're just waiting on Kachow and Tiny Darspike to set their times. Tiny Darspike's just started his fast lap. So we've got just under 9 minutes left in Q1. So drivers at risk at the moment is Will, Juan, Kachow and Tiny Darspike. But as I said, Kachow and Tiny Darspike yet to set a time. Oh, you get a little bit loose there. I'm not too sure. Someone said a purple sector. Might have been him. As we go on board. Alright, so he's coming around. Final turn. This looking like it could be a decent time. Is he in the 114s? He is, a 114.7. So he puts himself up into P6. Alright, Tiny Darspike. Here we go. We are awaiting with bated breath. I've talked him up. I've given him a rap. I said that this is a favourite circuit of his. He did well here last season. What has he got with just under 8 minutes left in qualifying one? He sets a 114.9. All right, so he's out of the drop zone for now. But we've still got just under half the session left. Alright, let's go have a look. There's a McLaren out there. Is that Will? Oh, Will's off! Will's off! Oh no! I don't think he's going to make it. Can he get going again? Oh no, where is that? That is just around. That is turn 8 and 9 around that area. Alright, so he's lost his front wing, so he can continue. So he's going to have to limp it back to the pits. And he's going to have to repair that and get going again. So he is in the drop zone at the moment. He's P18. So he's going to have to get that back, get a new nose on there and go again to try and get through to Q2. So I'm not too sure what's happened to him there. But he's able to continue, which is the most important thing. All right, Delta Lima. Oh, he's got the. Oh, he's rocking the old school Michael Schumacher helmet today. I like it. Mr. Woot. Just on the down low. I love the name Mr. Woot. I don't know, it's so cool. I like it. Don't know what it means. Don't really want to know what it means. It means what it means to me. Mr. Woot. All right, so he's P14. So pretty quiet track at the moment. With 6 minutes left. I think that is... Oh, no. This is T. Darson. So he's out there as well. Alright, so it's just Mr. Woot out on the track. At the moment, he's got the whole track to himself. It's right on board. Let's see how he goes. Ooh, rode that curve pretty hard. This is a tricky little complex here. And 6 for that one. Come down, you sort of downhill braking here, easy to lock up the brakes. You want to get nice and wide. Yeah, beautiful. I'm liking these lines. Runs it out wide. So he's currently set at 1:15.2 is his fastest time in P14. Can he improve on that? No, he can't. So he's still in P14. He's out of the drop zone for now. But he'd want to try and get that a little bit more secure. I think Pump on Purpose has left the session, possibly. Maybe, he's in the pit. I thought I saw him, he hadn't left the session, not too sure. So everyone else is in the pits except, my man Honesy. Honesy is on his outlap. So a few more cars have come out onto the track now, so a little bit more activity. 4.5 minutes left to go in Q1. We're Season 3, Round 7 of the Nemesis Racing League. We're in Budapest. So Round 7 does mark, well, the halfway mark essentially. We're 13-round season. We're Round 7, so it's good as halfway. As we're on board with P2 Honesy in the Ferrari of the P2 of the championship. Oh, he gets a little bit loosey-goosey through there, but that was alright. I have to say, driving this track, it's a fun track when you get it right, but it's an easy track to not get right. So it's a little bit unforgiving. But Honesy seems to be handling it fine at the moment. So there was a bit of a Dutch domination at the beginning of the season, but there's no Zandvoort, there's no Cornet, there's still Stein and Honesy holding down the fort. I don't know where the other two gentlemen from the Netherlands are, but Honesy's definitely holding it down, as well as Stein, who actually, is he racing? Yeah, Stein is racing. He's P1, so it's a Dutch 1-2 at the moment. Just trying to see if he was there. All right. Who else do we have? We have a McLaren. Is that Will Ans? So Will Ans is half a second up on his best time at the moment. So he's been able to get that wing repaired. What can he... Oh, that's not going to get you around fast enough. So... Oh, he still goes quicker than his previous best time. But he's still in P18. I think this is Juan. So we haven't seen Juan for a couple of weeks. The Colombian, if I'm correct. And he is a 1:15.6. So he still finds himself in P19. What about Exotic? Or Ted Water's going to be ahead of him. What's Ted Water got? He's in P12 at the moment with a 15.1. He's not going to better that time. Exotic goes to P9 with a 14.8. So he gets into the 14s as well. Tiny Dust Spike, he's on an outlap at the moment. What about Delta Lima? So Delta Lima in the Haas today. He is not going to better his time. And is Will Ans going again? No, that's an outlap. This is one. He's not setting a time, I don't think. Where else? Who else do we have? Mr. Woot. Oh, Kelly Robb looks like he's on an outlap. Oh, he's sort of just pulled over. That's okay. Ted Wardo. Not too sure what he's doing. So I've got a minute left. So I'm just trying to catch the guys at risk at the moment. Everyone else is in the pits, just chilling. Well, most people are. What has Ted Wardo got for us? Oh, he gets very wide at the final turn there. So he's coming into the pits. Will Ans is in the pits. So I think that's... who can get out? Pump on Purpose, he's in the pits. So I don't think any of the guys that are in the danger zone are actually going to be able to get out, by the looks of it. I don't think anyone's really trying, unless T. Darson. But no, oh yeah, so he's going for a fast lap at the moment. Toss the Cabers out there. Haven't seen much of Toss yet in Q1. Looks like he's setting a good time. Oh, he said to me, well, he didn't say to me, he said on the chat, he's not going to spin today. As soon as he gets on the camera, he gets a little bit sideways. So we'll keep an eye on that. He said he's not going to spin in any practice or any practice qualifying or race. So we'll see if he's true to his word. Here's Kelly Robb. So yeah, newcomer to the league. Nice helmet. The old we race together, we race as one, whatever it is. Nice, I'm liking it. And he goes P2, so a 14-3. Alright, where's T. Darson? T. Darson cannot get out of the drop zone. So that is it. So it's Will Ann's 1, Pump on Purpose, T. Darson are the 4 guys that are going to drop out. And the quali Q1 time was a 1:14.4. So yet to go into the 13s. We'll see if we can get into the 13s in the in Q2, but that's what Q1 looks like. So it's Stein ended up going the fastest, 1:14.1, and then Cully Robb, the newcomer, comes into P2. So looking good. Also, just being informed, it's going to be a dry race as well. So that that will hold us in good stead. No real incidents there. So nothing really to report. We're good. All right, let's wait for Q2 to start. All right, we're back. Any NFL fans out there, it's Buffalo 24, Indiana 16. 11 and a half minutes to go in the fourth quarter. All right. Who's going to venture out on track first? It is looking like... Oh, it's a Red Bull. Looks like the Red Bull of Domi Lee. And heading out on the mediums as well. So this is an interesting ploy. So we'll see if it can pay off as they start to file out on track. Okay, so we've got our 15 here. We're going to shave off another 5 in this Q2 session. So who else is out there? Looks like Delta Lima's out, Mr. Woot is out, Ted Wardo in the Racing Point. So let's see what they've got. So are they on mediums as well? Let's have a look. So if you guys fit in the mediums, so a couple of different strategies coming into play here. Didn't sound good. Who do we have? So Kachow's on the medium, Stein, Exotic, Yurtis, Mr. Woot, Stuart Little. So if you, it's sort of a 50-50 split of mediums and softs at the moment. So we'll see how that pans out. Oh, that's Delta Lima has had a big hit. That's coming out of turn 1, so he's just completely lost that. And oh, he's been able to keep it going, so he hasn't had terminal damage, which is good. So it looks like he's probably, oh, he's not even lost a full front wing, just half a wing. So very, very lucky. Easy to do there. Old Delta Lima. So Is he going to pull it over to the side? Is he going to retire? Nah. He's going to keep going. So, not the best of starts for Delta Lima. Usually, he's sometimes races as a McLaren, so he's as a Haas today. Van Rocco has joined us back again. Alright, so he's going to keep on going. So, Stuart Little, he's on his outlap. And the signature fluoro yellow and green helmet. Anyone on there fast lap? I think, is it Ted Wardo? Yeah, so it looks like Ted Wardo is going to set a time. Dommy Lee sets a 1:15.9. Ted Wardo sets a 1:15.5. So that's on the soft tyre. Kelly Robson. Oh, Mr. Woot sets a 1:15.6. And Stuart Little is out there setting his fast time at the moment. So he's on the mediums. So 1:15.5 at the moment. We're already 4 minutes down into Q2. And only 3 people have set times so far. So it's looking like it could be a bit of a late dash to the line. I think he's Stuart Little here that we're on board with this set of purple sector. So we'll see if that translates. Can he get an elusive 1:13? I doubt it with the medium tyres. But he goes a 1:15.5 on the mediums, so they're working for him. Here's our championship leader, Stein. We haven't seen too much of him today so far. Just taking it nice and easy, letting Stuart Little past. Very gentlemanly like. Saw a little bit of footage of the F2 race from NRL. Not as gentlemanly on the last lap 4-way battle for the finish there. Mr. Root as well. So yeah, very quiet track at the moment. Not much action happening. Only a couple of guys on outlap. So a few more coming out now. So Stein is still on his outlap. Cool. Well, maybe we can talk a little bit about qualifying. So, Dommy Lee remains the only driver, I believe, in the league to make it through to all 3 Q3 sessions so far. So we'll see if he can keep the streak alive. It's currently sitting at 6 at the moment. Honesy would have, but he didn't race in round 4. So he wasn't here for that, but he's in every other time that he's raced in the league, he has made it through. So we'll see if he can keep that streak up as well. Kind of all the usual suspects though. As Stein sets a, we've got a yellow flag in sector 3 somewhere, so that's okay. Yeah, so the majority of guys now going with the medium tyres. So Ted Wardo is set the fastest lap on the soft, but everyone else is going mediums at the moment. It's right on board with, ooh, rides that curve nice and hard. It's tricky, it's a late apex, that last left-hander. And this is pretty much just the opposite direction. So we'll see where he comes out. He sets a 1:15.3. So that's the fastest time so far in Q2. But we've only had 5 people set times. We're just under 8 minutes left. So a cautious approach today in Q2 from most people. I think that's Honesy on his outlap as well. Who else? We got the Williams boys who are out there. always seem to be in the same part of the circuit. They're a good team, Kichao and Exotic. Just like nicely matched, good sort of even performance between them. And I think that's also reflected in the Constructors' Championship because they're coming... Oh, well, they're coming fourth. They're only 5 points behind third, which is pretty much Honesy by himself so far this year. As we see, Kelly Robb drops into the 114s, a 114.999. So as close as you can get it. What about Tiny Darth Spike? He's still going around. Stein, I think, is just finishing off his lap. What about Yurtis? Yurtis 09. Can't remember if he raced last round. I think he did. I'm not sure. Anyway, he is going to set a 116.4. So it puts him 10th, but not everyone has set a lap yet. Let's get back to Honesy. 114.4 was the benchmark time of Q1. So that was all on the softs. 115, almost a 115 flat for Honesy. To put him in P2 at the moment. Dummy Lee is in the pits. Tiny Darth Spike. What's he got? Ooh, 115.6. So a little bit off there. He's P10. He's right on the edge of the dangers of the drop zone. Is Kelly Robb setting another time? Or is he just going to come in? He's coming in. All right. What about Mr. Woot? Mr. Woot, you're on your outlap. And away he goes. So I think Yurtis is going to be coming in as well. So we'll stick with Mr. Woot. Five minutes left in Q2 of round 7 of the Nemesis Racing League. Thanks for joining us, whether you're live, whether you're watching it on replay. Always good to have you on board. Oh no, Mr. Woot! Mr. Woot! So where's he done that? That's around turn 5, I think. Yeah, turn 5. So no good. He's turned it around. He hasn't hit the wall, so that's all right. So that's good. He can just keep on keeping on, and he can go again. Tiny Darth Spike, he's coming into the pits. But it's only got to be Mr. Woot again out on the track. He's had the track to himself a lot today. Is he going to go again? Let's see. He's in P9 at the moment. So 115.6. Oh, he has some company now. I think Yurtis is out on the track with him. Yeah, Yurtis is. Mr. Woot, he's going into the pits. All right. So he said, I've got to recalibrate. I've got to reset. Oh, Yurtis is coming in as well. Delta Lima is out on the... Let's have a look at Delta Lima's quali results. Where are you, Delta Lima? Are you on here? Surely you are. Yeah, you are. Alright, so he made it through to Q3 last round, sorry. He didn't race the round before that, and then rounds 3 and 4 he made it through to Q2. So he's made it through to Q3 twice this season. So can today be the third time? He's wearing the great Michael Schumacher's helmet. So we'll see if that just can give him an extra 10th or so to get him out. Marco Kenya and Tosta Kaba are the only two drivers, as well as Delta Lima, to not set a time yet. So I'm not too sure what's happening with that. There's 3 minutes left. Marco Kenya is quite renowned for leaving his qualifying runs to the last minute, but do I see movement? Do I see movement in the pits? Yeah, he's coming out now. So I don't know what Toss is doing. But, yeah, Marco Kenya is coming out. So Marco Kenya has been a very consistent qualifier. He's made it through to Q3 every week, bar one, round 2. He missed out. He didn't get past Q1. I think that might have been an accident from memory. We've seen some exciting accidents from Marco Kenya this season. So hopefully he doesn't crash again today. Oh, we see Delta Lima setting a purple sector in Sector 2. So he's yet to set a time. And there's just over 2 minutes left in the session. As he brings it around the final turn, turn 14. And here goes 16-1, so he's still in the drop zone. So we'll see if he'll have to, well, yeah, he doesn't have time to come in and pit again. He's going to have to go, but is he going? I'm not too sure. Looks like, oh no, he's run pretty wide there. Alright, the Williams guys are out there as well. A few guys on their out laps. Mr. Woot is still in the pits. Is he coming out? He is coming out. Here's Tiny Darspike. So, a renowned performer at this circuit. He'll want to just tidy up his time to get his position solidified. The signature Michael Schumacher Ferrari years helmet. Toss the Caber wearing again today. He is coming out for the first time. He's graced us with his presence. Ooh, every time I see him, he's getting a little bit sideways. So, oh, Marky Kenya. No, what happened, Marky Kenya? Did you crash? No, he didn't. What happened? Mark of Kenya, where have you gone? Oh, no. All right, so, well, that's a bit disappointing. Score update. 24-27, Buffalo leading, 6 minutes to go. Phillip Rivers, nice touchdown pass to Doyle. Woo, baby. Alright, it's a close game in Buffalo. I'll keep you posted. But in the meantime, Toss the Caber. It looks like have you set the a purple time in Sector 1? He has. Oh, look at that right left chicane. That was nice. Exotic goes a 1:14.4. To go P1 in the Williams as the clock ticks 000. What about Stuart Little? Stuart Little's made it through. Kachow is coming around as well. Tiny Darspike, you're up there, so you're good. You're sorted. Where's Toss the Caber going to come out? It's looking good at the moment. Oh, he goes P10. So Kachow goes P1 with a 1:14.3. So Kachow sets the fastest time. So that's a 10th faster than what we experienced in Q1, as Yurtis can't get himself out. So, I don't know what happened to Mark of Kenya there. He dropped out. It didn't seem to be an accident. It was Yurtis. And then we had Delta Lima, and then it's Mr. Woot. Mr. Woot missed out. And Toss the Caber missed out as well. So he's gone P11. So that was a 1:14.399. The Q1 time was, yeah, and that's on the softs as well. So Q1 times was 1:14.444. So that was 5 hundredths faster. Whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about. All right. So, Mr. Wood's gone into P4. I didn't even see that. Sorry, Mr. Wood. I wasn't conscious. Good. Well, the Renault boys. P4 and P5, so I didn't even see that. So, who is that? Oh, Stuart Little. You've dropped out, Stuart Little. Oh, no. All right. So, that's unusual. Because Stuart Little, he's made it through to Q3 every round except round 5. So the two Mercedes drivers are both out in Q2. So I'm not too sure what happened to Mark of Kenya. I kind of missed the last little bit there. I was writing down my notes. So, well done to Mr. Woot. That's his best qualifying session. That's the first time this season he's made it through to Q3. Maybe because he's got the new teammate, he's trying to impress him. But he's had his first visit to Q3, so well done to Mr. Woot. But yeah, I'm not too sure what happened to Mark Kenya, and I'm not too sure what happened to Stuart Little, but both Mercedes drivers out. Tossed the caber. He left it to the last minute there. So he didn't get out of Q2 last round as well. So we'll have to see if he can make that up in the race. As we wait for Q3 to begin, it's 24:27 Buffalo. And how much time is left? Oh, that's nice. Stefan Diggs has had a great year this year. Great pickup for Buffalo. 4.5 minutes left. 24:27. Buffalo up with the ball. 50-yard line, pretty much. All right, Q3, here we go. So, Dommy Lee has continued his streak, made it through to Q3 every round this season. The two Williams guys in there, Renaults. Good to see Ted Wardo up there again. Ted Wardo is getting better and better and better. He's just on a nice, incline there. That's this will be his 4th appearance. So sometimes he does well in the quali, but sometimes races he gets a bit sort of caught up in some incidents sometimes. But so that's good to see him there. Dace again. So Dace was like a reserve driver, so he hasn't made it out of Q1 the last two rounds. So that's an excellent result for him. That's his best result. That's his first visit to Q3 in the Nemesis Racing League. So good for him. And then Tiny Darspike as well. So the two Red Bull guys have made it through to Q3 once again. So Tiny Darspike, or Ben Smith as I like to call him, that's his 3rd visit to Q3. So last round he made it through to Q3. The 2 weeks before that though, he wasn't able to get out of Q2. So welcome back to Q3, Tiny Darspike. As we're on board with Kachau. So it was a 1:14.399 was the time set, the pole time set. I think that was, can't remember who that was there. I think it was Stein in the first one. But anyway, so we'll see if they can dip into the 1:13s in Q3. Wonder if everyone's just going to go with the softs. Yeah, everyone has gone with the softs. As Kachau's beginning his first flying lap of Q3. Whoa, nice line there through turn 4. Yeah, Kachau, very solid performer, as is his teammate. As we watch him come through now, this is the back of the circuit. Alright, what's he got? So a 1:14.3 was pole for Q2. He's looking pretty good at the moment. And that's going to be a 1:14.1. That's fast. Alright, that is fast. So he's thrown down the gauntlet. What's Stein got? The Dutchman. He's going to go a 1:14.2. So that's good enough for P2. Oh, Kelly Robb has a little scrape of the wall there, so he's going to have to call that off. Tiny Darspike on an outlap. Mr. Woots goes a 1:15.2. Holmesy is out there. Dace is on an outlap as well. Dommy Lee, he's beginning his fast lap at the moment. Tiny Darspike's finishing his outlap. Dace is starting his fast lap. Just trying to keep up with it all, make sure I don't miss anyone. What about Ted Wardo? You're starting your fast lap. Exotic. Yep, what time is he going to set? It's a 1:16.2. So Holmesy goes, the first venture into the 13s. A 1:13.9 from the Dutchman in the Ferrari. So nice start to Q3 for him. Got 7 minutes 40 seconds left in Q3 as Ted Wardo goes a 1:14.9. Good enough for P4 at the moment. Kelly Robb, I think that's Mr. Wirt. I think Kelly Robb's in the pits. Yep. What's Dommy Lee got? Dommy Lee goes a 1:14.6, so good enough for P4 at the moment. Dace in the second Ferrari. He will set a 1:15.3. And then Tiny Darspike, the man of expectation. Ooh, that looks like a good time. A 1:14.4. All right. So Kelly Robb had that little scrape with the wall, so he couldn't finish his first run. Martin Allen 84. Who is that? Anyway, yeah. So that's we've had our first 13. So Honesy, the Flying Dutchman, a 1:13.9 to kick us off. Ted Wardo is going to go on a second run here. I think they're all on the softs as well. So he doesn't improve his time. He still stays in 6th position. Yeah, Dommy Lee's coming out again. Stein is going to begin his second run. He's currently in 3rd position on a 1:14.2. So we've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. That looks like it might have been Kelly Robb. I think he's just letting someone pass, I think, possibly. Tiny dive, Dommy Lee, no. Tiny dive, Spike. Alright, we'll just stay on board with Stein for now. Oh, looks like he's pulled. Oh no, he's just on his out lap. Kelly Robb, I think he's about to begin his fast lap. So he's yet to set a time. So he had a scrape with the wall that derailed his first qualifying run. So he's coming out for his second attempt at it. It's 2 minutes. 2 minutes 04 left. All right. What have we got here? So it's 4 minutes and 47 seconds left in Q3. I'm just doing 2 things at once at the moment. What have we got? Ted Wardo, are you on a fast lap? No, you're not on a fast lap. I think it's just Kelly Robb. His first cab off the rank. So let's ride on board with him. Kelly Robb, you have to assume would be American. I'm not sure, but I reckon it's a pretty, safe assumption. Looking pretty smooth so far. He was up there in the times in Q1, Q2. So I'd expect him to set a decent time here. He drops into the 1:13s as well. A 1:13.7. So Kelly Robb says, I have arrived. I'm here. I'm racing in this league and I'm here to win. A 1:13.7. Alright, so what's Mr. Wu got in his trip to Q3? His fellow Renault driver, a 1:14.2, so good enough for P5. So Mr. Wu is having a good day today. Stein is in the pits. Cronesy is in the pits. Dace is in on his outlap. So 3 minutes left, just over 3 minutes left. 3 minutes 16 seconds left. It is currently Kelly Robb with a 1:13.7. Sets the fastest time from Honesy at 1:13.9. Kachow at 1:14.1 and Stein at 1:14.2. Then it's Mr. Woot making up the top 5. Then it's the 2 Red Bulls in P6, P7. Then Ted Wardo, Dace, and Exotic. So we're gonna, I think we'll stick with Dace, because he's the only driver out on the track at the moment on a fast time. Unless Mr. Woot's going again. No, he's not. And I believe that's Dommy Lee in the other Red Bull. He's beginning his outlap. Oh, a purple sector from Dace. So it's good to see Honesy get a little bit of backup in the Ferrari, because he was racing the first few rounds without a Ferrari teammate. So that could make a little bit of a difference in the Constructors' Championship as well, because Ferrari are sitting currently third in the Constructors. Alright, so Dace is half a second up on his best time at the moment, so that would get him into, that would move him up a position if it stays like this, so we'll see if he can improve. So he rounds the final turn and hits the line with a 1:14.4. That's good enough for P6. So nice work, Dace. What's Dommy Lee got? Where is he? He's P8. He's P8 at the moment. Oh, he's just starting his lap. Mr. Woot, are you on a fast one? I think you are. He's a 10th up. Exotic's on an outlap, so everyone's out there now. I'll try and make sure I queue it up so we do get everyone. Okay. So Mr. Woot was trying for a time, but it's not going to get there. Ooh, Dommy Lee. Okay, so Dommy Lee currently in P8 on a 1:14.8. Can he improve his time? He does. He goes P3. Alright, so he's pulled that out of the bag at the end. Exotic, you're on your fast lap at the moment. Dace is pitting in there. Kelly Rob's on an out lap. Exotic is on a fast lap, so he's 3/10ths up at the moment. Just trying to make sure I catch everyone. That's Tiny Darspike just closely following him. Alright, so everyone's out there. The only person that's not out there is Dace. He's in the pits, currently sitting in P7. As we watch Exotic just make his way around the final turn. He's a 1:16.2 is his best at the moment. But I reckon he can go a lot faster than that. He's on a 1:14.7. Tiny Darspike, he hits the line. He's good enough for P7. Mr. Woot, you're pitting. Stein sets a 1:13.8 to go, P2. Behind Callie Robb, the newcomer. Ted Watto, you're finished as well. Kachow in the second Williams. He's going to set a 1:13.8, so he goes into P3. Tiny Darspike, you're in the pits as well. Honesy, can he go 1:13 as well? He does, a 1:13.7, so Honesy. So the Dutchman does it in P2, so it's Callie Robb and Honesy on the front row, and Callie Robb's pulled out of that lap there, as he rightfully should. So what have we got? We got Ted Watto in 10th, so another good qualifying from Ted Watto. Exotic in P9, Dace in P8, and then we've got Tiny Darspike, then Mr. Woot. So good, strong qualifying from Mr. Woot there. So he's P6, Dommy Lee in P5, spelt with one M, not two M's. Kachow in P4. Then the other Dutchman today, Stein in P3. Honesy in P2. And then P1, our pole sitter for today, the newcomer, Callie Robb. All right. So that was a decent qualifying session, actually. That was pretty exciting. Almost, yeah, that was good. All right, let's get ready for the race. It's going to be a dry race, according to the weather report, proudly given to me by Dommy Lee. Alright, we'll wait for the race to start. Alright, here we go on the formation lap. So, I'd say let's keep an eye out for Mark of Kenya from P15. He is, I'm not too sure what the issue that he had there, but he, what the hell? Van Rocco? Looks like we've got a guest driver. Van Rocco didn't do qualifying, but hang on, how are these guys on medium tyres? Am I missing something here? Okay. I thought they did them on soft tyres, but there's the pit stop strategy. So around lap 16. Yeah, that's yeah, maybe I wasn't paying attention to tyres, but it looks like some guys, yeah, I'm not too sure. Alright, anyway, but that's the tyre situation there at the moment. So we've got a mix of mediums and softs. So I'm not too sure. Yeah, I was positive that they were all on soft tyres, especially when they're dropping into the 113s there. So anyway, we'll can't do anything about it now, so let's get on with it. So it looks like everyone's gotten away off the line okay. We don't have any incidents. Look out for Stuart Little as well. So not too sure what happened to his qualifying run, but P11, he'll be a mover and a shaker from the back of the field as they all get ready to grid up. No shenanigans, which is good. You don't really get shenanigans in this league anyway. All right. Here we go. So, Season 3, Round 7, Nemesis Racing League, 5 lights. Oh, held him a long time. Let's go racing. So, Kelly Robb looks like he gets a good start off the line there. Houndsy is being challenged from behind from Kachow from the Williams. Stein's in there as well. 2 Red Bull boys are in there too. Oh, Kachow's taking Houndsy for P2. Has everyone gotten through cleanly? I believe they have. Oh no! Oh, that's T. Darson. So T. Darson didn't get through cleanly. So we've got a few movers and shakers at the moment. So Kachow's made up a couple of positions. Honesy's dropped one at the moment. Just trying to get abreast of it all. Oh, it's a Ferrari! That was a Ferrari or Dace. Dace as... Oh, he's reversed pretty hard into that. So, he's lost the front wing. So, Darson and Dace, the two Ds, are not having a good time. They've taken an F. Oh, who was that? That was Mark of Kenya. Oh. So, he had to come in together with someone there as well. Does he have any wing damage? Can't really see. Not too sure. Alright, so a bit of excitement. Oh, and is that some wing damage? No, it's not there. Okay. Alright, so it's lap one done. And it's Cully Robb, the assumed American, leading from Kachow from Honesy in the Ferrari. So let's see if I can find any close battles. Here's Dummy Lee and Exotic. So Exotic was last round's driver of the day versus last round's race winner. Runs a little bit wide, so we'll see if there's any action at turn 4. Pump on Purpose has made up quite a few places, made up seven positions. So he's our biggest mover. Will Answers made up 5 positions, so good work, Will. Alright, so I'm just trying to find Stuart Little's made up a couple of spots as well. Mr. Wirt's held position. The 2 Renault boys. Where are we? Let's see what we've got. The field's a bit spread out at the moment. Kelly Robb at 1:18.4, fastest lap so far. And yeah, Dace TG's trailing way behind in last position as Stuart Little takes P9. What about Toss the Caber? He's going to look to make a move on Ted Wardo, so he's started on the medium tyres. Gap out front, it's half a second. Keep an eye on that. Just trying to get whoever's having the closest battles on the track. So this is Delta Lima and Will Ans. And Yurtis following very closely behind them. So the field kind of a little bit spread out. We've got sort of the main train up until sort of P6 and then tiny... oh no! Yurtis! Didn't hit the wall, but he spun around, so... alright, we've had a couple of spinners already. So that's brought a yellow flag in that sector, but that's alright, it's not going to bring out a safety car or anything. So one's going to hassle Darson here. What about Toss? Toss is making a move now on Ted Water into turn 1. Classic overtaking place here, but Ted Water runs a little bit wide. Oh, can Toss get past? Yes, he can. Alright, how's he going to go into turn 4 though? Ooh, he's got a bit of a gaggle of car. He runs a little bit wide there, but that's alright. So he's able to move up into P11 and he almost turns it around. Almost every time he's on screen. Oh, so he's gotten it all crossed up through there and then he's dropped that position back to Ted Wardo. So you've got all sorts of loose through that sector there. We'll see if he can redeem himself. As we get on, Stuart Little is putting all sorts of pressure on Exotic here. Exotic on the faster tyre though, on the soft tyre. And I'm not sure. DRS is activated. This is a DRS zone. And Stuart Little takes full advantage of that, coming into turn 1. And he's been able to put the move on Exotic and move himself up into P8. So he's doing Mercedes proud today. Mark of Kenya, his teammates down in P16 at the moment. So we'll see if Stuart Little can make his way further up the field as the race progresses. Out in front, Mark of Kenya. Speaking of Mark of Kenya, he's just moved up into P15. So who's Ice 1? All right. Anyway, so he's moved up into P15. Oh, what's happened to Kelly Robb? Where are you, Kelly Robb? So he's dropped down to P4. He must have had a mistake there. I'm not too sure what's happened, but he's had some kind of mistake. So he's dropped down into P4. So we have a new leader. It's Kachow in the Williams from Honesy and Stein in the AlphaTauri. So the pit window has opened. I think that's for the hard tyre though. Not for the hard. Not too sure. It must be for the soft. Juan has retired. So the Alfa Romeo, not too sure what's happened to him, but he has left the session. Mark of Kenya takes another position, so he moves up into P14. Oh, we've got a virtual safety car. All right, so maybe that was Juan who has caused the safety. Yeah, terminal damage. So he's had an incident, and he's caused the virtual safety car. All right. So hopefully that doesn't take too long to be cleared. It is, and as I say that, they're back under racing. All right. So we'll keep an eye on the front here at the moment. I'm scanning the field to check the closer battles, but this is pretty much the closest two cars on the circuit at the moment, and it just so happens to be P1, P2. So Honesy though is on the alternate strategy. He's on the mediums. Kachow's on the softs. So obviously Honesy will run a little bit longer. He's going to try and get into the slipstream of Kachow, looking to put a move down into turn 1. The right-hander, do they touch? No, they don't. And Kachow's able to hold that position, but Honesy is putting all sorts of pressure on Kachow at the moment. And Stein is just lurking in the background there in P3. Kelly Robb's kind of dropped off this little pack here. He's still just in the background. He's 1.4 seconds away from Stein. Got a few cars moving up. Pump on purpose. Oh, this is a nice battle. Toss the caber. So, oh, Exotic runs pretty wide there. But yeah, Toss is in the thick of it at the moment. Will Ans, he's moved up into P11. Oh, pump on purpose. No! Oh, he's had an off. So he's dropped right down. It's adding insult into injury. I think he's an Indianapolis Colts fan. They've just lost to the Buffalo Bills. So, no good. Not a good day. And here's Toss once again, hassling Exotic in the Williams. That Williams is looking pretty wide at the moment. Let's see if he can... so we've got some pit stops happening at the moment. I'll stay with this. Oh, Toss did that easy. So easy. Okay, he hasn't spun around at turn 1. So that's good. So Toss has moved up into P7. Stuart Little in the Mercedes. He's in P6. This is a nice little battle brewing here. So Stuart Little has moved his way up from P11. I said to keep an eye on him. Pump on purpose. He's DNF'd as well. So we're down to 18 runners. So I'm not too sure what's happened with him. We'll check in a minute. We'll just keep an eye on this battle here though, because this is close. This is for 4, 5 and 6. Look who it is. Mr. Woot. I reckon this would be one of his best performances of the season so far. He had the incident here last season. Hopefully that doesn't repeat. hopefully the only milestone he has here is a podium. So he's looking good at the moment. P4, long way to go though, 35 lap race. So very, very long way to go. And Mr. Woot is going to pit. He was on the softer tyre as well. So the soft runners all cycling through their first pit stops at the moment. As Dommy Lee is coming under attack from Stuart Little, so who's moved his way up into P5 from P11 in the Mercedes. So he's having a cracking race. Well, did he touch him there? I'm not too sure. He's going to go the long way around. And it is the right way around. Let's see if he can hold it through turn 4 though. Oh, Dommy, did he touch him? No, he didn't. There was no incident because of it. So Stuart Little has worked his way up into P4. Callie Robbs in P3. Stein is P2. And it's the Dutchman in the Ferrari, Honesy, in P1 at the moment. Will Ans has had a good race so far. He's moved himself up into P7. Had a bit of a rough qualifying session, but he's coming under severe pressure from Mark of Kenya, who runs very wide through there. It's not the fastest way around. We have one penalty here so far to T. Darson in the second McLaren. Not too sure what that was for. But this is a good drive from Will. The qualifying didn't go quite to plan, but the race is going well so far. So we're at almost the third race distance. Yeah, I think so. Mark and Kenny, he started P15, so he had some sort of incident in quali. Then he spun. We watched him spin, but he's fought his way back. Fast driver, Mark and Kenya, very fast. Oh. Yeah, definitely has good pace. Will runs a little bit wide on the grass there as they come through the chicane. Alright, so that's a good little battle. We'll stick with them for now. That's pretty much the closest battle that we have on the track at the moment. I think Dace is in the second Ferrari. He's trying to get himself past Yurtis. Who else? Kachow and Delta Lima. Let's see if Kachow can... Oh, he's gone on to the hards as well, so he's obviously pitted. And, oh, who's that? Mark and Kenya running wide at turn 1 as well, so he's going to keep the position. But he will... and he's got DRS, but so is Kachow. And Kachow goes 2 positions in 2 turns. So he took one at turn 1, took another one at turn 2, and he's moved himself up into P8, and he's going to hunt down Will Ann. So looks like he's going to try and go to the end on those hard tyres as well. So he's put himself into a really good position at the moment for this race. So it's a little pack all together. Look at this, Toss the Caber. Moved himself up into P6. So he's doing quite well for himself. Dommy Lee up there in P5 and Stuart Little having a cracking race. Yet to stop, obviously, but he's worked himself up into P4. Let's just have a look at the stops. So none of the front runners have stopped yet. Kachow is the highest in P8 and Tiny Darspike as well. Alright, we tick over to lap 12. This is a nice little pack brewing. Kachow goes into P7. Oh, did he get touched? I'm not too sure if he did. Will's fighting back, and he's coming under pressure now from Mark and Kenya behind as well. So here we go, turn 4. navigates that without any issue, with no drama. Alright, so Kachow he's taken 3 positions in 2 laps. He's on a charge. Those hard tyres are working for him. So the top 3, they're sort of way out in front there. It's 1 second gap between Honesy and Stein. So it's a Dutch 1-2 with Callie Robb in P3. And then it's like another little pack here from pretty much, yeah, Kachow to Tiny Darspite. So it's sort of 7 to 12. So there's Market Kenya, he gets the DRS. Will's going to defend pretty hard. But fair. Oh, does Market Kenya touch him there? A little bit of a hip and shoulder. Oh, a little bit of argy-bargy, and Market Kenya's gone off. No, he hasn't. Oh, I thought that he had gone off, so got a little bit rough and tumble there. Oh, no, Market Kenya's turned around. Oh, no. Lucky we got ghosting on, because that would have been a massive incident. And Van Rocco's moved himself up into 10. Oh, that's a bit sort of, yep. Okay, so he's back underway. So Market Kenya, so that's his 2nd spin, I think, for today. Look at Van Rocco. He just skips in at P20 and doesn't do qualifying. Comes in P20 and says, oh, I'll just help myself to P10. So good job by Van Rocco there. Delta Lima, P9. I'm just trying to have a look at the gaps here. So it's pretty spread out field at the moment. We've lost 2 drivers, so Pump on Purpose has dropped out, as well as 109. But yeah, so it's going all right. So it's a pretty big gap between P3, P4. So it's that front 3 of Honesy, Stein and Callie Robb. And then, oh no, what happened, Delta Lima? That's that turn 1. I think he did that in qualifying as well. So he's turned that around. He's dropped a position. Here's Mr. Woot in P12. So he's pitted. He's on the hards. So that's why he's sort of down there. But he's going to work his way up the field. He was running as high as P4 or P5, I believe. So the field's a little bit mixed up at the moment, because there's quite a few alternate strategies happening. But yeah, so we're still waiting on the majority of the field as we watch Exotic take Delta Lima as well. So did he get damaged? He did get damaged on the front wing. Did he lose 2 end plates or just 1 end plate? Judging by his... just 1 end plate. Alright, so he's going to have to pit. He won't be able to continue like that. So that's unfortunate for Delta Lima. He was looking alright. Alright, so it's... Oh, here we go. Toss and Dummy lead. This will be a cracking little battle, actually. So, last round's race winner, Toss, who boldly claimed that he would not spin in any of the sessions. So, he's held true to his word so far. We've got 20 laps left in this race. So, we'll have to wait and see. Don't want to put the Mozza on him. So, he's going to have a little battle with Dommy Lee in the Red Bull. So, he's... Tiny Darspike, he's in P10. Toss the Cabers teammate 1 is out of the race. So no teammate support in this battle at the moment. And quite a spread out field. We've got the first 3. And then after that it's quite spread out. So we'll try and keep an eye on the close action. Still 7/10 at the front between Honesy and Stein. So the 2 Dutchmen are doing it pretty well. Oh, and it looks like... Oh, sorry, Dommy Lee has pitted. Alright, got a little bit excited there. So that moves Toss the Caber into P3. So he's having a good race. Callie Robb's just pitted as well. So we're getting a flurry of activity in the pits. So Stuart Little's pitted, Dommy Lee's in the pits. Van Rocco is pitted as well. Mr. Woot has moved up into P9. Front runners, though, still yet to pit. So, Willans, Honesy, Stein, and Tosta Caber all yet to pit at the moment. Ooh, Ted Water. He's alright. Okay. So that hasn't really done anything to condense the field. So we're still pretty spread out. Dommy Lee is going to try and chase down Mr. Woot now. So Mr. Woot having a good race. He's in P9. He's pitted. He's good to go to the end. So is Dommy Lee. So this is for true position. And then, so finally, our two leaders have pitted. Tosta Caber is pitting as well. So Houndsy is going to keep the lead. Stein. And then Kachow's moved up into P3. So in the very distinctive yellow and green helmet, very reminiscent of Ayrton Senna. Tiny Darspike, he's moved up into P6. So Tosta Caber, he's dropped down in the pits as well. And Will Ans has finally pitted. So I think that's everyone has pitted now, I believe. Yeah. And T Dart. Yeah, so everyone's pitted. So it's going to be a race to the end now. So we're lap 17 of 35. We're just over, well, we're around the halfway mark. Pretty much bang on the halfway mark. Depends on where you look. Is that Mark Kent? What are you doing, Mark Kent? So he's retired. So is he dropping out? He's had enough. His teammate, on the other hand, is racing really well. He's P6. He's pitted. He's on the hards. He's ready to go to the end. And he's going to try and chase down the Red Bull of Tiny Darspike. Now, Kelly Robb, he is P4. And he is beginning to get a really good look at the gearbox of the AlphaTauri. So this is a nice little group here, the top four. Another close battle, Mr. Woot and Tosta Caber. Let's see if he can take advantage of DRS as Dommy Lee sets the fastest lap of the 1:18.2. And Tosta Caber, that's pretty stock standard move. Turn one, pretty much the only real overtaking opportunity on this track. As mentioned earlier, it's not really a track renowned for its overtaking. As we see, it's made official. Mark of Kenya has left the session. So we had a couple of spins. You might have thought, you know what, it's Saturday night. That's enough for me. I'm out of here. So Kelly Robb is still that half a second to 3/4 of a second behind Stein in the AlphaTauri. Who else is that? Yes, Stuart Little. He's chasing down Tiny Darspike. Looks like Dason Yurtis are having a bit of a ding-dong battle here for P14 and 15 as Houdsey sets the fastest lap of a 1:17.3 while he's out in the lead by 2.7 seconds from Kachow in the Williams, who's followed by Stein in P3 and Kelly Robb in P5. Tiny Darspike having a good race at one of his favourite tracks in P5. Stuart Little P6, but he's just taken Tiny Darspike, and Tiny Darspike's going to fight back. That was coming through T1, so we've seen quite a few overtakes through T1 so far already today. And Stuart Little has been able to move himself up into P5 and move Tiny Darspike down into P6. Navigate turn 4, okay. You kind of hold your breath every lap through there, through turn 4. So Stuart Little though, still a long way behind Kelly Robb. But that front group there, that P3, P4, is a little bit not too bad. Yeah, Honesy's a bit of a league of his own today. He's doing it pretty easy. He's 3.2 second lead from Kitchow in the Williams. He's having a cracking race today. I think he went a little bit earlier onto the hard. So yeah, he's having a great run. Where did he start? P4. Can Stein chase him down? Just scanning the field to see who else is out there. Is there any close battles? But not really. Nothing really sort of closer than this. But these are all three pretty evenly matched drivers. Kitchow, Stein and Kelly Robb. Obviously Kelly Robb, it's his new member of the league. I don't know if he's going to be full-time, part-time. But he's he's in the hunt for a podium position right now. That's all that matters. Yeah, so Honesy, he's 4 seconds. He's 4 seconds up the road. And yeah, doing it pretty easy. Let's have a look at Van Rocco and Ted Wardo. Oh, I missed it! So, oh no, Kitchow! Oh, he was doing so well! What happened? Did he have it coming together? Where is it? That's at turn 1. So we've seen a couple of cars go around at turn 1. I just stepped away for a second. So I have no idea. I don't know if he made contact. Does Kelly Robb have any damage? No, he doesn't. Does Stein have any damage? No, he doesn't. So I'm not too sure if he went around by himself or if he had assistance. Honesy must be just sort of having a bit of a quiet chuckle to himself out the front there because he's 5 seconds ahead of these guys. He's absolutely killing it. Anyway, we'll get back to him later. Well, that gives you a pretty good visual of the gap, the 5 second gap. Lap 22 of 35, so this race it's kind of just skipped along at a pretty nice clip. Kelly Robb runs a bit wide, but that'd be pretty impressive for him to get on the podium on his first attempt in this league. We'll just have to see what step he gets on though, because he's on P3, but he's going to try and take P2 from Stein. So this will have championship implications as well. So Honesy and Stein are 1-2 in the championship. How's Kitchow going? He's a fair way back from this battle. So yeah, he'd be not a very happy chappy right now. But yeah, the field is very spread out. One thing about this league, if you're new to Nemesis Racing League, very rarely is a safety car called for. So it can be a bit of a blessing and a curse at the same time because, as you can see today, the racing is quite spread out. A safety, but that is due to the good quality driving of this league. So it's a credit to the drivers in the league, but sort of a negative that it has is that yeah, we don't sort of get the field bunched up and it can get a bit spread out, and especially at a circuit like this. But we will persevere. We will continue to the end. Who knows? So it's Honesy, Stein and Kelly Robb, the top three. Kitchow, Stuart Little and Tiny Dust Spike. And Toss the Caber and Dommy Lee have been having a ding-dong battle all day today. So they've been at each other's throats. Toss is valiantly holding off Dommy Lee at the moment. He's in a Red Bull sandwich because he's got Tiny Dust Spike just up ahead of him. Dommy Lee having a look, seeing where he can get around. So they're both on the hard tyres and they've both pitted. So they'll be going on these tyres, and you would have to assume to the end, because they're the hards, the longest lasting tyres. Mr. Woot, he's just sort of creeping up on this little battle here. So he's in P9 at the moment. He did start in P6, so he's dropped down a few positions. So he probably won't be too happy about that, but still a good showing. Here's the action at the front. So can Kelly Robb find a way past Stein? He'd have to be pretty fast to find his way past Stein, because as we've seen through the first 6 rounds of this league, Stein is a championship contender and has proven himself to be very, very quick. So finding a way past the AlphaTauri has not been done very often this season. So, and especially on this circuit, it's going to find himself pretty difficult position. But we'll see what the assumed American can do. Yes, this is pretty much the closest battle. So we've got 17 runners still. How's Van Rocco? Starts P20, currently P12 at the moment. Can he get points? Big ask. But we'll have to see. Dommy Lee and Toss the Caber. That little battle looks like it's just quieting down for a little bit at the moment. Toss is going to try and move himself closer to Tiny Darth Spike. Did he have DRS? No, he didn't. Still, he's closed up on him quite nicely there. Let's get back to here, because this is this is pretty much the closest battle on track, other than Toss the Caver. So we'll kind of just alternate between them. Everyone else, it's it's pretty big gaps. But I will make sure that I'll keep an eye on it, and if there are any battles that do begin to percolate and bubble away and pop up, I will make sure I get to them. But in the meantime, maybe we should do a lap of the Hungaroring with the AlphaTauri driver, Stein. Alright, there you go. That's a lap of the Hungaroring with the AlphaTauri and Stein behind the wheel. So you can get a good idea of why it's very difficult for Kelly Robb to get past him. How's Toss the Caber going? So he's starting to sort of chip away at Tiny Darth Spike. So he's within DRS range. I think it is making a bit of a difference. So he doesn't have enough at the moment to make a move into turn 1. Does get the secondary DRS. A little bit pointless down this straight here though. It doesn't really give you much of a boost. But he's putting in a really solid showing today. So Toss started P11 and he's currently in P7. Boldly claimed he wouldn't spin at all in any of the sessions, and so far it's all come to fruition. So this is a little battle here between Tiny Darspite, Toss the Caber, the other Red Bull, the Dommy Lee. So last round's race winner, and Mr. Woot, final points paying position belongs to Exotic in the Williams, and Will Ans is chasing him down, but I think he's about nearly 10 seconds behind, so might take a big mistake. But it looks like Kelly Robb is starting to pull a lot closer, so he's closed down the gap now to Stein. So he's got 7 laps left to move one position up on the podium. And Toss the Caber. Oh, did Dommy Lee go through as well? No, this is Tiny Darspike, sorry. This is... Oh, do they touch? No, they don't touch. Oh, no, Toss! Oh, he's hit the wall! Oh, no! So that was coming out of turn 3, so he didn't spin, but he just got it too loose. Oh, he's lost another position to Mr. Woot. So, oh, he was doing so well. That was a cracking battle. He's chasing Tiny Darspite down. He was just chipping away slowly, really nice and patient. And then, yeah, just lost it, so he's hit the wall. So, we'll see what he can do in the remaining laps to regain some more positions. So that's very unfortunate for Toss the Caber there. Didn't spin around though, so that's, you know, that's a good thing, I suppose. Look who it is, Mr. Woot, P8. So he started P6, he's P8. He's had a decent race. We haven't seen too much of him. We'll see if he can hold off Toss the Caber. But it's the 2 Red Bull boys, so they're going all right in the Constructors' Championship at the moment. Stuart Little's just been that sort of silent assassin today in P5. He started outside the top 10, which is quite unusual for him, and he's moved himself up into P5. So he's having a good race. His teammate dropped out earlier, so he's the only one scoring points for Mercedes today. Looks like that assault from Kelly Robb is sort of dissipated for now. He was as close as 3/10, but has now moved out to over half a second. Alright. So this is Dommy Lee. He's half a second behind his teammate. Alright. He looks very glitchy at the moment, so we might not follow on board with him. What we will do though is we'll have a look at Mr. Woot. How is the Welshman doing? He's got the Scotsman behind him, chasing down the Englishman. Very nationally diverse league. As we see Toss closing up very closely through turn 1. At least left his apex a bit late there, but that's okay. Alright, hold your breath as you go through turn 4. Oh yeah, nice. He's 30 laps into it, so he's feeling his rhythm now, Mr. Woot. So that was good there. What about Dommy? Dommy Lee is starting to... It's a horrible situation we've got there, but he's... I'm not too sure if that's my internet connection or his internet connection. I'm not too sure, but nevertheless, it's not doing us any favours. He is closing down Tiny Darspite though. So he's 4th in the championship at the moment, I think, Dommy Lee. So he'll want to scrap and scrape for every point he can possibly get at the moment. Doesn't have enough, not close enough there to make the dive into the turn 1 right-hander. He does have the DRS though. And is Dommy Lee going to go around the outside? He does. So the outside of turn 2. And he's able to do that comfortably. So the Red Bull swap positions. So Dommy Lee moves up into 6th and Tiny Darspike drops down into 7th. What about Toss and Mr. Root? Yeah, Toss just can't seem to kind of chip away at him at the moment. Mate, did he have damage when he hit the wall? Maybe he does. He does. Okay, alright. So that makes sense. In saying that though, we've seen this from Toss the Caber a couple of times this season, and he is quite a capable driver with a damaged car. So we saw, I can't remember what race it was, but he did have a situation like this where he had a missing end plate and did carry on, I think it was to get to a pit stop. And he's going to try and make a move on Mr. Root with a wounded car. Alright, so it's not his first rodeo driving with a wounded car. So Toss, yep, don't count him out yet. Mr. Root, P8 is not secure just yet. Just having a look at the front there still, it's almost a 6-second gap from P1 to P2. So Honesy has, had it pretty easy today. He started P2 and we didn't see quite what happened with Kelly Robb, but took P1 pretty early on and has held on to it. Will he get driver of the day? Him and Dommy Lee are the only 2 race winners that have not had driver of the day. And will Honesy be the first repeat winner? So no one's won 2 races yet this season. So will Honesy be able to change that trend as Kelly Robb starting to chip away a little bit closer? Maybe he had some traffic there at Stein. Kelly Robb he's pushing. Both these guys are pushing hard. They're both going to race until the end. And I'm sure that Stein is being pushed really hard by Kelly Robb and vice versa. So Toss, we know that he's got damaged front wing. But he's still going to soldier on. Those Scotsmen are tough. He's not going to give up. We've all seen Braveheart. They don't give up. Let's right on board with him and see how it's affecting him. Oh, hang on. But let's get to Kelly Robb because he's gotten a lot closer. So he's well within DRS range. You just get the feeling, well, we've never seen him, well, I've never seen him race. So is he going to be someone who's going to get that rush of blood to the to the head, just the last lap lunge? Because we're on lap 34 of 35. He's been behind Stein for a significant amount of time. You see this happen a lot, where, you know, it comes to the last lap and they start making these crazy lunges. Then all of a sudden it ends in tears and they're both out of the race and then there's fights afterwards. So, not saying that happens, nor am I saying that I hope it happens. I hope it doesn't happen. But we've all seen it happen. Not in this league, by the way. I'm not insinuating anything like that. Alright, here we go. So Honesy is ticked over the final lap, lap 35. Let's see if Kelly Robb can use his DRS. No, he can't. So that's unsuccessful. So I think he's going to find it pretty hard to get past anywhere else. Might have one more opportunity on the lap. Jonesy has put on an absolute masterclass today. 6.2 second lead gap. The man from the Nederlands. I don't know where he is from, where he's from in Holland. It's not that big of a place. But wherever he is from, wherever he is. I wonder if Cornet F1 is watching, his fellow Dutchman. It'll be a Dutch 1-2 today, so that'll be good. We'll keep an eye on him. We'll try and get him as he crosses the line. Just want to stay with this. Oh, Exotic and Toss the Caber. So Toss the Caber's lost another position, but Honesy, the first two-time winner of the Nemesis Racing League Season 3, and he finishes it off with the fastest lap as well at 1:17.4. Coming home in second is Stein, followed by Kelly Robb. Kichow's had a lonely fourth position, so he had that spin. He had the right strategy there, I reckon, to battle for a podium, but he's finished fourth. A good, solid drive today from my man Stuart Little. He's done Mercedes proud. He finishes in P5. Dommy Lee comes home in P6, so he has another strong showing today. Tiny Darspike in the other Red Bull followed very closely. Good result from Mr. Woot there, P8. Exotic in the second Williams is going to come home in P9, and the front wing missing but not spinning. Toss the Caber takes the final points position, P10, a little bit reminiscent of Lewis Hamilton finishing at Silverstone this year with the three wheels. Van Rocco, what a great drive from Van Rocco. Didn't qualify, started P20, finishes P13 for AlphaTauri, so they get some good points. No, they don't get any points for that. But good race today. So our race winner Honesy from Stein and Kelly Robb. Driver of the day, Van Rocco. Well, that's the Cody's driver of the day. Well deserved, I reckon, Van Rocco. But the man who took his spot at Renault finished P3, so he had a little bit better drive. As we watch the podium celebrations. Hopefully EA Sports can fix up these podium celebrations, put in the real trophies. Maybe that'll be a in-game purchase. You can purchase the trophies that they have. Who knows? But there's our top three for today. So let's have a quick little review and then we'll finish up and we'll get out of here. So that's our finishes. We had 3 non-finishes of Mark of Kenya, Pump on Purpose, and 1. Any incidents? Oh, collision. Stuart Little had a warning. Yeah, pretty good. Not many exceeding track limits issues today. All right. Well, that is round 7 in the books for the Nemesis Racing League Season 3. Hope you all enjoyed the race. We will see you next week. Now, I know that you're asking, Nick, where are we racing next week? And that is a really good question. So let me just let me bring up the calendar and I'll let you know. Calendar. We are racing in Silverstone. All right. So love the Silverstone circuit. So we'll see you next week in Silverstone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there, and yeah, see you next week.